we are starting back out at the bus. Plan today is to get the rest of the roof down and go from there. Or maybe some other stuff, but you'll just have to wait and see. Can't tell you all the secrets. See you in a bit. All right, people, I'm on the bus, as you can tell, obviously. My plan is to get these out and them, so that way we can get the rest of this out. See about getting this out. Same way with getting that, and of course the next one. But we're definitely getting these down. That is the plan, is to get them down. So that way I can get all this roof the rest of the way out and kind of see what I'm working with here. And then from there, we have all of this. And I'm going to tell you somewhere in this video what we're doing here. I'm not going to tease no more, but what we're going to do there. That, I talked with the lady, and she said she likes the idea. Now the question is, we may take that part over, and the kids are going to have a separate spot, like right in here instead. And we're going to make a hallway down the side of it, and that way there's like a wall here, and that way we can have a bigger kitchen area or a living area. And that way we walk down here, bathroom and kids and whatnot. But we'll see, right? It seems like there's a whole lot of room there, but when you really start looking at it, there's not as much room as you think there is. But with wide angle, there's a lot of room. I mean, suddenly, this bus just got a lot wider. Narrow, wide, narrow, wide. But enough playing around. It's time to get hard hatified. You ready for this one? And of course hyperlapse, because nobody wants to sit here and watch me grind a bunch of random stuff for a long period of time. Nobody. I don't, you don't. Let's get on it. Hard hat. So in case the grinder suddenly decides to explode. Safety glasses for the same reason. Do I need to tell you that? I'm more worried about the stuff dropping on me. Like, oh, you can't see it. There we go. That part. That big tank right there. I'm worried about that dropping. Or some other stuff, because that stuff's heavy. Alright, so I succeeded at getting that one and that one out, thinking that this part would come down. But for some odd reason, that side is still stuck. So I'm guessing there's maybe a bolt somewhere in between here that I can't get to. I'm just going to hold that off for right now, because I can't get to right there. Well, they might actually be screws. Might actually do that here in a sec. But I got that down, and so on and so forth, as you can see. I'm going to time lapse this bit, but I think at first I'm going to take a look at that, because if I can get that undone, I wonder if I drop it down, if that'll kind of break it free. Maybe these are holding it up a little bit. Let's get on that, see if I can get that out. Okay, people, as you can see, everything is down now. Everything. Anything that requires a grinder, I believe, is gone. Well, we still got some other things that probably are going to require grinding. Sad. So sad. Unless I can find another way of disassembling them. Evidently that, I believe, I can get out without having to, I don't know. We'll see. Because, like, that one looks like it's just bolted in, as you can see there and there. So I might be lucky on them. That piece right there, are probably going to have to be cut out. But I think we can get these out, these two seats. But I might leave these in there, because if you follow on TikTok, yeah, you, if you follow on TikTok, I put a challenge up to get more likes and views. So if I get more likes and more views on TikTok and more subscribers, that means you guys, if you can possibly share, we're going to take the bus out, the family. We're going to go randomly somewhere in the city, possibly even drive-thrus, who knows, something silly, goofy, something kind of out of the ordinary, just as a thank you, something fun to take you along and see the shock value of other people's faces and seeing a city bus kind of coming through either a neighborhood or who knows, maybe a high-end residential, but regardless. But we want to do it for you guys. But at the same time, this is kind of like a way of us giving back to you for you guys helping us out. It's not easy growing a small channel. Again, if you can help us out, it'll help to build along as well as help to finance some of the more expensive things that we still got to purchase. Just a like, comment, and subscribe makes a big difference. You don't even have to give any money out. That's not even your money to give. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe, and it helps us out. So, with all this said, let's get back to the content, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so back to it. That right there, focus camera, focus, there we go. But the ceiling back there, I'm going to start ripping out, and we'll go from there. But I can't do anything with the emergency exit areas. As you can see, they have a piece around them, and I don't plan on taking all that out because I don't want it to leak. So let's get to tearing out that part. All right, people. Well, not we. It's all out. I did break a panel in the process. Not that I care, but that kind of gives me an idea of what it's made of. It was wedged back in there and didn't want to come out. So, me being me, I did me. And I ripped and yanked and pulled and finally got it out. So, okay, it was just easier for me to go ahead and open it up and show you this way. So, this area right here is going to be all ripped out. All of it. That whole thing. That's an AC unit. I'll show you from the outside here in a sec. But this whole thing, all of this, which of course that's going to be out because who wants this stuff? That's still probably got to stay because of what's underneath of it, the engine. I might be able to move it back a little bit, but who knows. But if I can move it all the way back to there, and then, well, you'll see here in a second, but there's going to be a ledge right across here, all the way across. And on the other side, again, as I said, is that AC unit, right? There's a intake over there, which is the intake filter and the whole 9 yards. That's on the outside, but it won't be for long. It's going to be down there somewhere. There's an exhaust system that comes up through this side. That will be gone as well. Because who wants a stock sounding exhaust? Come on. So we're going to get rid of this muffler, is what that is. And we're going to probably put it down there somewhere or route it in a different direction. But we don't need it going up through the roof anymore. Because we want this. Wait for it. Wait for it. This is going to be opened up and going to be a window. And a sitting area that can open up and go to the outside. So let me take you outside now and show you what I mean. Alright, we're at the outside. So let me show you this. This is in the back of the bus. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. But right there, about right here, is where that wall is. Right there. That's the wall. It's got insulation on it, the whole 9 yards. So that's the wall. Someone's unique drawing. From there down, as you can picture it, and it might be up a little higher. Actually, I think it's going to be right there. But as you'll see here, as I open this up, we have this huge AC unit. As you can see, there's the exhaust, right? So it's where that plate is. So this right here is going to be a sitting area. We're going to insulate the underside of this. So as you can see currently, there's that thin panel. There's the pipe that runs through, connects, and this is just a drain. That's all that is. This is just an AC drain or condenser drain. But there's 4 of them. There's another one back there that you can't see. And of course here and back there. And then that whole AC unit is connected to this compressor. That's an AC compressor, and the seal's bad or leaking or whatever it is you said. Front seal leaking. That's the problem with this compressor. Otherwise, it's a great compressor. It's perfectly fine. I can't show you the compressor because usually this thing will swing out and swing over to the side, but for whatever reason they have this bolted on. But this compressor's coming out because we don't plan on using the bus AC. We plan on using our own AC. So this will give us a whole bunch of room in here. And then again, we're just gonna have to figure out, I think that right there is the actual seat, which, as I said, we may be able to move it some, but that means the alternator or generator, which is quite large, would have to move in a different spot. I could possibly move it here, but if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Probably gonna put a generator here. So we have onboard generator, and then move some other things around to make it work. So on this side we have the intake, and there's an intake pipe that goes right through there. This right here will probably have a custom intake instead of this thing, because we don't need anything quite that large. There's no need for it. I think it's just for low maintenance purposes or whatever. The intake on my diesel truck's not that big, and the ones that they put on the diesel trucks for the 8.3, because that's what this is, the Cummins 8.3, are not that big. So anything that's for the automotive truck is probably going to be put on this. So that means upgrades and whatnot are going to probably go in this. But that gives us from here across to where this metal panel is going to be our seating area. So that means I'm going to have to make something custom right here to come down. This will be all closed off and sealed. And that way we can have side panels if we want to. We might even close this off to the point where we can have, like, this is still in the thought process, but we might do extra storage here, or just make it so it's accessible from both sides, or inside and outside. So that way we can have whatever it is that's in there, make it like maybe some kind of clothes rack storage. As I said, me and the missus may actually take this back section ourselves, since I came up with this idea to make this whole thing open. And so the glass would be in that. That's where the glass would be. And so that would give us the benefit, if you can imagine, just chilling and sitting on this, looking out from the inside. And it's pretty deep back there. I don't know if, no, I don't think it's gonna let me. No, it's not really gonna let me. Gives you an idea. That's at least almost a whole window's width right in here that we can turn into a whole seating area for us, and then have this fold out and enjoy whatever the view is. In this case, it's a boat that's being stored, or my truck, high truck. And as you notice, there's some racing stuff on it because we race BMX. Me and my son do. And my other son will do the same as well. So that gives you an idea. That fabric, reflective metal fabric, that is what you see from the inside. I'll show you here in a sec what that is or where that's going. But that's part of the blower that blows into there and basically gives air to the system. Same on this side. So there's another blower right here that goes in and ducts in. If you know anybody interested, this is a Carrier unit. I'm not going to use it. Obviously, as I said, I want it gone. It does look like there is a opening in the roof, I guess, for the cooling and venting of it. And I can see sunlight through there. I don't know if it'll capture on camera or not. There you go. You can see it right there. There's daylight. So that means I gotta fix whatever it is up in the roof to make this all work. But if I'm gonna raise the roof, if I'm gonna raise the roof though, hello YouTube. Gotta start off with Rockstar, of course. Sponsored. All right, so I'm back inside. And as I said, if I'm gonna raise the roof though, that's gonna change a lot of stuff anyway. Where that hole is on the outside, I'm gonna see if I can. So it's kind of hard to read, but in order to get out of here, you got to push this lever forward, and then you got to push this up that way, and this all opens up like a hatch door. And as you can see, there is a muffler pipe coming out of the roof. There is some kind of roof panel up there that I would have to alter or fix, but hey, it's just a thing, right? And that's the rest of the top of the bus. And everything else around. And to get it back to latch, you will have to push this forward again and push this up, and then this piece has to be on the inside. So push this in, push up, and it comes out. But this piece has to be on the inside of this when shutting it again, like so. As you can see now visually, this right here will be cut from like along there across will be cut and opened up and go to the outside. But what I was talking about with the duct, that metal reflective stuff, that's what came in from them pipes. Both sides. It's not able to be seen very well because, of course, no light, but again, that is in the very back of the bus. That will be all gone. I'm not sure what this is. If this is plywood or what it is. Well, there is fiberglass paneling there, but that feels like wood. So I'm going to guess it's wood, and I'm not sure. It might be aluminum just for the simple fact of reflective heating to keep the heat up. Well, I got this far. I don't know where one of my tools are. It should be somewhere here. It should be somewhere there. It should be somewhere, but it's not. I can't find it, and it's something I need to take out these little square bits. And they're all over that stuff too. And I was going to start disassembling this and kind of cleaning up this area. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up these little panels and take off the ballast off of them. Same way with all that. And I'm going to move it outside. Not like it's going to be noticed. There's some panels already out there, as you can see. Same thing with this. I think I'm just going to sit it outside. Hopefully it doesn't rust that bad between now and then. But I'm going to sit this outside. So that way I can bring in the shop vac tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, because it's, as you can kind of see, she's going down. This is a mess. This is pretty bad when I start panicking, because my woman would have already been like freaking out. If you remember in one of the other videos when I just broke the little piece of plastic that was up there and I tossed it down in the seat, and she's like, her OCD, yeah, this is a mess. Like, you can't, maybe you can. Maybe you can see all this mess, but it's bad. It's bad. It's dirty, it's dusty, it's dingy, it's grimy. There's screws, bolts, and whatever all over the place. See, there's that piece of panel, whoop, right there. But there's just stuff all over the place. And it's getting hard to move in here now. Toss this out there, that out there, because I don't need it in here. Then I can sweep and clean all this stuff out, and then I should have a tool that should be able to do all this. If not, I'll figure another way out. Abby won't be here, so I won't have to worry about her putting her glasses on, but I'll probably be wearing mine. Not you, but the person behind the camera. I will be putting my glasses on to make sure that I don't get hurt. Because right now, I'm not wearing it. Should be, because that's just me. And I can hurt myself, I can hurt other people around me. It just happens. Okay, as you can see, at least there's somewhat of a clean spot. But a bunch of extra wire now. That's the plus side of actually doing a bus. All that extra wiring. You see all the way down there and all the way along there. Because a lot of that we don't need. Most of that is for the lighting system because we don't need it. We can use it for other stuff like 12 volt or 24 volt LED system, or even a lower voltage than that, maybe like a 6 volt or a 3 volt LED system, so that way we don't drain as much on our batteries. Because let's face it, that's the whole idea, right? Boondock, but still have the comforts of home. And LEDs are pretty bright, and Harbor Freight gives away most of their LED systems, and I'll show you how I did one later on that involves your traditional blue Harbor Freight free giveaways. They put off lots of light, and I've been testing it out for a while, and I've been running them at 6 volts, and they do amazing. Put off a decent amount of light, and I'm sure if you wire them in a series, It'll even help with or keeping the life of the LEDs. With that being said, as you can tell, it's quite dark. The sun is kind of there. I'm surprised that this camera's actually still picking it up. But I'm done for today. I'll be back tomorrow. It'll all be one part of the video. So see you then. And for the PS for today, do a walkthrough with the missus. Like, she came by and kind of took a look, and I wanted to show her what I did. I wanted to show her the great work of making a mess, because I knew it drove her nuts.